I'm Krystal Franklin with the Tom Joyner Foundation, and I'm so excited to be sitting next to the 63rd Miss Grambling State University. Now, in full disclosure, I am an alumni of Grambling State University, so this interview is super exciting to me. Welcome.
Thank you for having
Introduce
me.
yourself and let us know who you are.
Okay, I am Astra Watts, a native of New Orleans, Louisiana, and I serve as the 63rd Miss Grambling State University. I am a senior biology pre-med major at Grambling State University with aspirations to become an anesthesiologist.
Nice. So tell me a little bit about your path to Miss Grambling.
Okay, my entrance, upon my enrollment into Grambling State University, I always knew I wanted to be Miss Grambling, and my spring semester as a freshman, I ran for Miss Sophomore, and by the grace of God, I won that. And the next year, I won Junior Class President.
Nice.
I also competed in the Miss CoverGirl pageant. I won second runner-up to Miss CoverGirl, and of April 2016, I won Miss Grambling State University.
Nice. So you were destined to wear this crown, I think.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, so tell me why Miss Grambling, because, I mean, it's not an easy choice.
Right.
And it's probably, I'm sure, not an easy crown to carry.
Right.
So why did you have aspirations?
I think as a child, I've always wanted to lead in some way. I've always wanted to inspire the people around me, whether if that was just giving someone advice or lending a helping hand. I've always wanted to be some kind of influence on people, and I think that Miss Grambling was the perfect opportunity for me to do that. It's funny because I've always knew I wanted to be Miss Grambling, but I didn't know how.
Okay.
And I didn't think I would be on the court as Miss Sophomore. In a million years, I didn't think I would be Junior Class President, but I kind of found myself even more at Grambling. So wearing the crown is everything that I thought it would be. Of course,
Nice.
It's really a huge responsibility, but I'm prepared for it.
Yeah. So tell me what your first, 60 days maybe, as Miss Grambling has been like for you.
The first day as Miss Grambling,
Okay.
her work started. The very next day, not even 24 hours after I was elected, I had to sit in a meeting, a planning meeting for the university at the time, and the work never stopped. I also attended the NASAP Student Leadership Institute. That's an annual conference that Miss Grambling and the SGA president and some students.
Is that when you were wearing the flower skirt with the denim shirt? It was super cute. It was like a black and white, blue and white flower skirt.
Oh, yes. That
Cute.
is the
Miss
first
Grambling
day.
has style.
That was the first day of
I
NASAP.
love that. That's my favorite picture of you, honestly.
Oh, thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Yeah, it was
Okay,
good.
go ahead.
Okay. I was really nervous, but that conference is to really just open you up as a student leader. You learn more about your team. You learn about building a team and how to work with others, learning that it's not just about you.
Right.
You know, you were elected to be a part of the university, not to just represent only yourself.
Right.
After that, I attended the Leadership for Kings and Queens Conference in New Orleans, Louisiana, and upon the first day of school, the work still continued during welcome week, so it's ongoing, but it's everything I thought it would be.
So I do have to ask you, how do you balance? Because that's a full load. You have you're a full-time student,
Yes.
graduating senior, and you have a position such as this that you have to, you have to show up to all the events. You have to always
Right.
be on. How do you balance the two?
I will say it's all about sacrifice. You have to sacrifice. You can't always go with your friends all the time. You have to be you have to make sure you're being time manageable.
Okay.
So I always keep a calendar in my room. I write down a to-do list on the side. I try to, if I don't write it down, I will forget it. I think I can, like I'm Superwoman and I can just remember everything.
Don't we all? Yeah.
But it doesn't work that way. So I try to keep a planner. I have a to-do list at the front of my binder. Like it's always in my face. I'm constantly writing things down that I have to do, whether it's with Miss Grambling or if it's with classwork. It's always something that I have to do, and I make sure that I'm on top of that.
So how do you not lose yourself in the crown?
You have to stay humble. You have to stay humble. You have to remember that I'm still Astra.
Right.
When I graduate, I'll be Astra. I won't be Miss Grambling. So I feel like I have to remain humble. And it's not something that I have to remind myself to do, like remain humble. Like, no, it kind of just comes naturally because I don't want anyone to, or I don't want myself to, I don't want to lose myself in the crowd. I don't want anyone to look at me and say, oh, she's changed. I want to remain the same person that I was at the time that I was elected. So.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about your platform and what you've done with it so far, and what else do you have in store for the students
Okay.
at Grambling?
My platform, I ran on the platform Let's Ignite a Fire. Fire was a metaphor, to just bring back the passion and bring back old Grambling. And I think a lot of students they like old Grambling. They look at pictures.
So tell me what your definition of old Grambling is.
Old Grambling was...
Because I'm old Grambling. I went from 2004 to 2008.
I think the dynamic was different, although we are still Graham family. I think the dynamic was different. I think the alumni and the interaction between the alumni and the students was very strong. The school had just a lot of spirit, and not that we don't have any more spirit, but it was just a different thing. So I think that it doesn't matter if we were thinking about if the floor was swept. We had a passion about our university, something so small. So I think that's old Grambling.
If you didn't have water, we didn't have water one time when I was there, and the National Guard flew in porta potties.
Oh wow!
Like that's how bad it got. The whole city of Grambling, wasn't the school. The city of Grambling, the pipes were old, and so water stopped for 3 days, and we still went to class, and we still were on the yard. I mean, that passion was still there. It was challenging for sure, but we still love our school, and now 12 years later since I've been there, 8 years since I've graduated, that's one of my fondest memories.
Right.
Is not having water on campus, but still having a blast.
Right.
So, yeah.
And I think the difference is now we're so at our fingertips with our phones.
Yeah.
And back then you had your cell phone, but it wasn't Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. You had no choice but to go to the yard and find people to connect with. But now you just can connect with them in your room, laying down in your bed. You don't have to go outside to talk to anyone. So I think that's the difference. But it was Let's Ignite a Fire, and fire was the metaphor. And I had firemen during the campaign week. It's all about connecting your platform with, I guess, students like a show. They like to see the entertainment of it as well, along with what you're going to do for the university. So I did that. My platform points were Exit 81. Oh, thank you.
That was distracting me.
Oh, good.
Go ahead.
Exit 81 was a recruitment tool that I have implemented to work with different alumni. Because we have major alumni chapters across the nation, and it's my goal that we work together to bring more students to the university. Also, just different media coverage. Like this is going to be a really good recruitment tool.
Right.
I'm really passionate about giving back to the university, whether it's a small donation or a big donation. So thus far, I did do a $250 book scholarship for a freshman student.
Nice.
She was really in need, and it really, made me feel good to help someone. I did that out of my own pocket because I wanted to feel like,
wow,
I'm doing my duty as Miss Grambling. Also, at the end of the year, me and my Royal Court and I, we plan to do a donation to the university by having a class challenge to see who can raise the most money and give it back to the university at the spring commencement. So we're in the works of doing that. Nice. We also did a toiletry drive for those who suffered from the Baton Rouge flooding, and that was a success as well. And not only just giving back in that way, but giving back just, pouring out to those that are younger than me. So I really want to work with the students around campus that are at the elementary schools, that are at the middle schools, that are at the high schools, so I can just be a positive role model for them.
Nice. I love that. That's really what it's all about, not being selfish and kind of, helping others. Before we go, I got to ask you about your style.
Okay.
You work these suits, these heels, these prints, this crown, this sash.
Thank you.
Tell me, because for me as a girl, I feel like that would be the most exciting part, or one of the most exciting parts about wearing the crown. Now, do you pick your own stuff? Do you pick, you have full?
I pick each Miss Grambling gets 3 different sashes. Okay. And I do pick my own suits. My advisor, she gives me that right to pick my own suits, to pick the girls' suits. And I want to stay fashionable. I am a fashionable person. Thank you for the compliment.
Absolutely. You're so fly.
Thank you. Yeah. And I wanted to still be myself while wearing the crown, while being classy, and while, being poised and representing the university. So I love suits. I love the dainty, the glitz, and the glam.
I love that young black women are dressed. You know what I mean? You can still be fly, sexy, dope, whatever, but just put some clothes on. Right. And you wear it well, and I love it, and it's great for our young ladies to see you in the rest of the Royal Court. So thank you so much for talking to us at the Tom Joyner Foundation.
Much for having me.
This is Astra, the 63rd Miss Grambling State University. Stay tuned for more.